So hello and welcome back to another session where we can enjoy the relaxed learning state known as hypnosis. And because we have chosen to take this time for ourselves, we find it easy to relax, breathing deeply and naturally. We allow the cares and tensions of the day to leave our body. And as we continue, breathing deeply and naturally, our eyes begin to close and our head rests loosely on our neck. And every time we return to these sessions, we find it easier to fall into a state of deep relaxation where we are safe to turn within and consider the things in our lives that we are grateful for, as well as the things that we would like to improve. And we are ready now to count backward from 10 down to 0. And when we reach 0, we will fall deep asleep and be ready to consider the things we would like to see appear in our lives. Ten. Breathing deeply. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Our eyes are closed. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We are now deeper than before. And we continue breathing deeply and naturally, allowing our mind and body to come into sync with its own natural rhythm, as well as the rhythm of the world around us and the universe in which we live. And now that we are deeper and in sync with our mind and body, we are ready to enter the observatory located on a high hilltop in the middle of the evening, where the white stars are shimmering in a velvety blanket of night. And inside this observatory, we find instruments and telescopes that can peer into the dark reaches of space. And these instruments can do more than locate and photograph the existence and composition of the stars. These instruments are capable of predicting the future based on all observable data and grounded in science. The readouts on the panels can tell us with unerring accuracy exactly what is happening. And we continue breathing easily and naturally, feeling at home among this scientific equipment that monitors reality and gives continuous feedback on what is occurring. And as we observe the dance of data and charts and numbers on the screens in front of us, we begin to see patterns and understand that we are part of everything that is observed, and we allow our mind to consider that everything in our lives is part of that which is measured, that which is recorded, and that which can be predicted. All we have to do is allow our mind and body to come into sync with the information that is all around us, the information that we have collected with our own minds, as well as the data that has been collected in this silent observatory. And we are at peace, knowing that our lives are an integral part of the whole of the universe, and that there is a flow as well as a design of which we are a part. And now that we are conscious of this greater design, we are even more relaxed, because we understand that we can use these insights to begin to predict our own future, and that as we remain calm and observant in our everyday lives, we can call forth this invisible knowledge at any moment in order to make the right decision, to take the right course of action that will lead to a better and more beautiful design of which we can be proud. And as we look upon the readouts from these instruments, we know there is never a need to rush or even to guess, that always the right decision is right before us, because it is part of the fabric which can be observed and is constantly being recorded by the instruments in this silent observatory, which we have now come to view as a valuable resource where we can return anytime we desire to consider the data and the options, and to allow the perfect decision to make itself evident on the screens of the instruments and in our own minds, which we can synchronize with the power of the silent observatory, which we knew always existed and merely had to decide to visit once we realized we no longer had to struggle with different choices. That once we traveled into the workings of this powerful mind, we could partake of its wisdom and leave both wiser and confident that we can use it at any time we would like to tune in to the possibilities and be able to make the best decision for all concerned. And now that we have gotten in touch with the existence, the possibility, and the power of this silent observatory, we can return to our everyday life, knowing that we take the wisdom of being able to observe and understand all that is going on around us. And as we walk away from the observatory, we take a last look at the instruments and the panels, knowing they hold all the wisdom we need. And as we leave, we look up at the brilliant stars in the velvety night, and we begin counting up. 1, feeling refreshed. 2, smiling broadly. 3, our eyes begin to flutter. 4, eyes wide open, shoulders high, wide awake, feeling great, and knowing that we can tune in at any time to the wisdom within us and make the right decision based on intelligent intuition.